So now we have our Space Invader guy here. We're looking at it from the top down. Our first output that we're going to do is we're going to send this to the 3D printers. So basically we have just an outline shape, and we're going to make a 3D print of it. Just to make it simple, I'm just going to use this object here for all the examples for the laser cutter, for the Wazer, for the CNC metal mill, and for the shop pot, because they're basically all the same. Once you have this vector here, you can set it to any device. So one thing I want to do is I want to maybe put a hole in it. Maybe we want to make it a charm or an ornament, or I don't know, something like that. So it's asking me where I want to draw. I'm going to click on Create Sketch. I want to draw on top of this surface right here, and I'm going to hit. I want to do a centered circle diameter here, and I'm just going to click there. And I'm going to drag out. Let's put a hole of, say, 0.20. That'd be for like a so we can hang it for something maybe. And this is how far it is from the edge. That's fine. Looks good right there. And then I'm going to click Finish Sketch. So basically, what we're going to do now is I want to extrude this body of this thing up. Okay, so I'm going to click on the body, and I'm going to hit E for extrude, and it's going to ask me what do I want to extrude. I want to extrude the blue part that's highlighted. And the distance, I'm going to say, let's do 0.25. That's a common sort of stock thickness for metal, that kind of stuff. Leave everything else the same. I'm going to click OK. So basically, that's going to extrude up the body. As you can see, I want to shift, and I'm going to middle mouse click and rotate. So we raised up our body a 1/4 inch. The next thing I want to do is I want to cut our hole in here for our so we can hang it. Okay, so our next operation is I want to cut the hole out that we set up there to hang things from. So right now that hole is actually on the bottom right here. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to click on the circle. And since it's on the bottom, you can see it right there. I'm actually going to pull it up also 0.25. I'm going to cut through the surface. So click OK. And that's just the extrude command. I basically cut a hole through that there. So basically we have, right now we have our Space Invader guy, and he's a 1/4 inch tall, and he has a hole in him for hanging purposes. I just want to check the measurement on the side to side. I'm going to hit Inspect and Measure. I'm going to click this point here, this point here. So it's about 5 inches wide. So I think that's a good example. We're going to use this to cut, like I said, through the other mill, CNC, the ShopBot CNC, the laser cutter, the Wazer water jet cutter, and we're going to 3D print it. So let's go ahead and close this out, and then I'm going to save this, and then we'll come back and get it set up for the 3D printer first. Okay, continuing on, our first stop on the Fab Lab demonstration here is we're going to take this Space Invader guy, and we want to 3D print it. So we have our object open there, and basically when you go to 3D print from Fusion, we're going to go to Tools, we're going to click on Make, and that's a 3D printer right there. It says Make 3D Print. This box here pops up. This is a pretty simple design, so I'm just going to select. It's asking you what you want to print. I'm going to say that guy right there. It's going to print, and I'm going to uncheck this box here because if you hit Send to 3D Printer Utility, I happen to have MakerBot, but it doesn't always launch the program like it's supposed to. So I'm just going to save the file as an STL to a location where I know where it is, and then I'm going to open it in the utility software MakerBot to look at its orientation and size. So we have that clicked for the selection. You don't have to change anything else. Just click on OK. It asks you for a location. I'm going to put it on my desktop for right now so I know where it is. So we'll call him Space Invader Fab Lab example. All right? Okay, click on Save, and we're going to save this here. You can see it says STL. That's the file that the 3D printer needs. So we're going to save that, and we'll come back and get it set up for printing.